Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Frugalisama. My name's Sam, where I talk about all things sewing. And today is day 42 of 100 days of sewing. And it's now Frugal Friday, where I'm going to talk about all of the new patterns that I've found this week, along with some competitions and giveaways and a bit of sewing news. So keep watching and we'll get right into it. So we're just a week from Christmas now, and I think some of the free patterns have slowed down a little bit, but I've managed to find a couple for you that are new or new to me. So Mood have brought out a new pattern for a coat, which is called the fennel coat, and that is a long line coat designed to be made with a quilted fabric, so an insulated quilted fabric as opposed to quilting cotton. It's also designed to be made with a contrast sleeve and collar, so like in a ribbed jersey or something like that. It's got a big collar on it, big cosy collar on it, and it's got contrasting raglan sleeves. So I thought this was a good one actually, because it'd be a good opportunity for upcycling a jumper or something like that. So I did actually find some quilting or some quilted material last time I visited Fabworks. I'm not so sure whether they've got it online or not. If I find anything similar, I'll link it down below to the sort of fabric that I mean, but you'll be able to tell from the pictures what it is. So it's almost sort of on the puffer jacket lines, but without it being quite so big. It's just a sort of a nice, it'd be a really great dog walking coat for me because it'd be quite warm and it would cover my backside, so it'd keep my backside and back warm. So it'd be a really nice cosy snug one, will this, because it's actually lined in the same fabric as the outer fabric. You need some snaps to fasten it, and I think it's a zip as well. So you've got like a placket over the zip that's fastened with snaps, and then it's brought in at the waist with some cording as well. So that's the fennel coat, and I think it's a good one. That it would be, like I say, a really great opportunity for trying a little bit of upcycling. You could upcycle an old jumper, an old sweater, as long as it's a rib knit, and or you could buy the ribbed knit as well. You need the ribbing around the wrist, so you could actually use the same fabric for the sleeves if you don't want to do the rib knit. But you will need something stretchy to go over your wrists. So next up is some free patterns from a Russian company called Grasser Patterns. I've never actually come across these before. It was Christine of Steen Makes who gave me a heads up over on Instagram. I think they've been going for quite a while. They've got two websites. From what I can gather, they've got a lot more patterns on the Russian side of the website, and they're transferring over to English-speaking websites. So one thing to think about is the sizing, and that is that it is sized, I don't know if it's Russian or European, from 38 to 56, but that bears no resemblance to actual measurements. 38 equates to a 30-inch bust, 56 equates to a 46-inch bust. So not a massive size range really. It does accommodate for the lower end of the size ranges. And the other thing is the instructions are in Russian, so you will need to find a translation service such as Google Translate or something like that. So you just download the size that you are. So you take your measurements, you download your size and height. So it is height inclusive. If anybody's tall like me, then you'll find that that's a great saving. You don't have to do any lengthening or shortening if you're a little bit shorter. So that should be a benefit for these patterns. I haven't tried them myself, but I do know quite a few people have tried them and swear by them. One of those people is Healer from Saturday Night Stitch, and she's got a little video that will help you find your size and download a pattern, so I will link that below for you. So they just use a numbering system for their patterns, so it'll just say dress number or sundress number or jacket or whatever. So there's a couple of dresses, there's a jacket, there's a skirt, and there's this like a corset belt, and then this huge big collar. Now, it's not my taste, but there is that Nina Lee, I think it's a Bakerloo pattern that's out recently, and it really is reminiscent of that. So if you're thinking of perhaps using a collar onto an existing dress, you could perhaps use that as an alternative to give it a go, see whether you like it or not, rather than making a full dress up in it and realising it's not your taste. The one that I particularly like is a dress 616 7, and that's got a square neckline, sleeveless, and then buttons down the front. I think that could look quite smart. Reminds me a little bit of one of the patterns in the Breaking the Pattern book. Another thing to look out for with Grasser patterns is the seam allowances. I believe that they use industry sized seam allowances, which means that they are quite small, or a lot smaller than what we're used to. I think the side seams are 1 centimetre, and I think the rest of them will be less than 1 centimetre. So they'll probably be equivalent of 1/4 inch or something like that. So you haven't got a lot of leeway with them, and I don't know how you would grade if you're only inputting the size that you are. But a lot of the patterns that I've looked at, specifically the free ones, are quite loose around the waist. From what I can gather from Hila's video, they are very economical on the printing, and obviously if you're not using massive seam allowances, you've got a lot less printing with those as well. Yeah, just give them a go and see what you think. It's always good to try a free pattern to see how you like how a pattern company does their instructions and how they do the designs. And it's also good to try and look beyond the pictures as well, just look at the line drawings. I personally can see more potential in a pattern when I look at the line drawings. So that's Grasser patterns for you. Like I say, not a brand new pattern company, but new to me, and I thought I'd just mention them. A couple of others that I thought I'd just give another mention for are the 2 fibre moot patterns, purely because they are only free until the 20th. It's the 18th today, so the 20th will be the Sunday, and that is the Holly and the Carol. So they will stop being free. I mentioned both these patterns in one of my previous videos, and if there's something that you thought to yourself that you might download, now's your time, because they will be going this weekend. So just a brief overall of what they are. The Holly is the high-necked one, with gathers into the neckline and long sleeves, and it's designed to be ankle length, but obviously you can change that to according to your taste, and that is designed for a woven, preferably something in a sort of viscose, something flowy and drapey. The Carol is the V-neck wrap one with a flounce at the bottom, and that is designed for a stretch, which I think would be rather nice in like a stretch velvet if we were ever going to a Christmas party or something like that. So that's it for actual dressmaking patterns. I've got a couple of bag patterns that I've spotted, and that is the sling backpack, it's hard to say, by Life So Savoury, and that is a free pattern to download, and it's a really nice backpack pattern. You'll need quite a lot of hardware for it because there's zips and parachute clips and stuff like that, but nice as a gift. I wouldn't do that as a first bag if you've made a few bags before and you're thinking of a gift idea. The instructions are as part of a blog post, and I would say that on the website it is a little bit ad heavy, so you're having to scroll past lots of flashing adverts. It was a little bit off-putting, but you can pay $2 for the downloadable instructions if that puts you off. $2 is, it's probably worth it. It's not a simple pattern, it is quite a complex pattern, so you will need the instructions, and like I say, they are there for free. It's just that you have to fight against all the adverts on the website. But I thought it was a really nice pattern. It's not brand new, I think that was released in about October, but I've only just become aware of it. And if you've got a week or so off for the Christmas holidays and you're fancying starting doing a bit of bag making and taking your time with it, that might be a good one to take your time with over the holiday period and not do it as a gift. So another new bag company to me is Shambala, and that is one that's been around for a while. I've never come across her before, but she is releasing a new pattern. This hasn't been released yet, so you're getting hot news on this one. She's releasing a new pattern, and I don't know what kind of bag it is, but it's going to be called the Guadeloupe, and she's going to be releasing it either the 24th, the 25th or the 26th of December. I'll leave a link to her website underneath, but I think you've got to join her Facebook group. I will put a link to that as well. And she's also got 30% off all of her patterns until midnight tonight, which I think is a really generous offer actually. So I've just taken advantage of the 30% offer and bought the Lawrence bag, which is a backpack pattern. I actually bought it before I saw the sling back, but it's completely different design. So yeah, really nice patterns on her site. She's already got a couple of free ones on her website anyway. I think she's got 2 already free on her website. But look out for that one that's coming free over the Christmas period, and I'll leave links to her Facebook group and her website below. And finally, not a free pattern but a free class that has been run by Alice & Co, and that is a neckline hacking class which is going to be taking place on Monday the 21st of December via Zoom. So it's at 6:30 in the evening till 8:30, and it's looking at patterns and existing garments. And say, for example, on the Vera top, that was a free pattern that came with a V-neck. If you wanted to change that to either a turtleneck or a deeper V-neck or a round neck or slit neck or whatever, it looks like they're going to show you how to not only adapt existing patterns but also existing garments, which I thought was a really interesting novel idea. And the beauty of Zoom is that you can do it from home. I work on a Monday until 5:30, so getting home for 6:30 is going to be a push, but I have enrolled for it and I'm hoping to be able to join in. You just need to subscribe to their newsletter, and they will then send you a PDF of some mini croquis, and just need to download those, and that will be what you're working from. And then I think you need to take some measurements as well, and there's just like a brief overview of what they are expecting to cover on the evening. So I thought that was a little bit different. So if you're still looking for gift ideas before Christmas, I've put together 26 quick gifts to make, and I think they're all free patterns as well when you're short of time. So if you're frantically trying to make presents in the last week before Christmas, I've got some quite cute little gifts on there. They're all quite simple patterns. There is a pair of little baby boob tees on there which I might be making for the impending grandchild. They are quite cute. There's all sorts on there. And if you're still looking for gift ideas, I have put together back at the beginning of November, because I was organised for once, 10 gift ideas using free patterns, and I'll link that below as well. Seems to be doing really well, does that video, so I'll put a link to that. So there's all sorts in there. There's aprons, there's dressing gowns, bags and things like that. I've also put together a video of bag patterns made from free patterns as well, which I will also link. If you don't want to use traditional gift wrapping paper, how about the wine pod from Spencer Ogg? She has a little gift pod idea as well, and she's just adapted it to accommodate a bottle of wine. So if you wanted to leave something on a neighbour's doorstep or something like that, these are a great little idea. It's sustainable, it can be reused. Give me a like below if this is the sort of content that you like, and don't forget to click the notification bell and subscribe for more videos like this. So on to some giveaways and competitions. So the big competition this week that's come to my notice is the Minerva one. So if you've not seen about this one, this is open to everybody, regardless of whether you've bought from Minerva, either the pattern or the fabric. Doesn't matter, they're not bothered. It's called #BestOf2020, and all they want you to do is just go onto their newfangled website, which I've put together a video of how to use it. Anybody can join. You don't have to buy fabric from them to join in. It's kind of a new social media platform incorporated with their normal website. So all they want you to do is to take a photograph of yourself, use the hashtag #BestOf2020, and that can be anything that you've made yourself. So it doesn't have to be clothing, it could be something you've knitted, it could be anything at all, and it certainly doesn't have to be anything that's been bought from Minerva. And they're wanting you to tell you about this project and why it's your favourite make. So I'm not sure whether it's a free draw or whether they're actually judging this, but you can enter multiple times. So if they're actually judging it, it's going to take them a long time. So the prizes are, for that one, and £100 vouchers from Minerva, and you've got until the 31st of December to enter. So I think that's worth anybody's time to just put a photograph up there and say why it's your favourite. Next one is one that Sarah gave me a heads up about over on Instagram, and that's Sarah, who won my voucher on my first Frugal Friday video. and that is for Pound a Metre shop over, and this is on Instagram. So there are 6 prizes for this, and they are of £100, £50 and £25 gift vouchers, and that's just for liking and following and tagging in 3 friends. They're not clear on when the closing date is and who it's open to, whether it's international or not, but I'll find that out and I will put it underneath so that you know. And the next one is the Sewist Fabric Shop, again on Instagram, and I'm really pleased I found this one because Han is based in Yorkshire. She's not far from me at all. So this is a new fabric shop to me, and she is doing 12 days till Christmas, I think it was. She's giving away 2 metres of her own fabric each day, and that is just for liking and following and tagging somebody in. And she, on top of that, she's giving 30% off that featured fabric each day as well, which I thought was a really good deal. So each entry closes at 5 o'clock, so I think it's Look Back Jersey today, so that will be closed probably by the time this gets up, but she'll be having another one tomorrow up until Christmas Day, and they all close at 5 p.m. That's GMT that we're in. I think it's UK only is that one. One that is international is Megan Nielsen. She's doing 12 Days of Christmas, and that is commenting on a blog post. So I subscribe to her newsletter. I think you probably do have to subscribe to a newsletter to do it. And she's had all sorts of prizes over there. Today's was free postage. It was free postage today on anything on her website. So if you're wanting a pattern, an actual paper pattern from her, and you're not in Australia, it's probably a good time to make an order on her website. So that will be also up until Christmas, I would think. So next up is Trixie Licks, and that was one that my friend Lisa gave me a heads up about, and that's another UK only, but this time it's patterns. And that's just to follow and tag somebody. So today's was the Grain Line Archer shirt, and I think there's only been sort of less than 20 applicants on this one, so it's a good one to join in because obviously the odds are better the less people that are in it. Never heard of Trixie Licks before, so thank you Lisa for giving me a heads up of that one. And if anybody else wants to come along and follow me on Instagram and give me any heads up of any competitions, any giveaways, any free patterns, anything like that, I'll be truly grateful. That's great. Or in the comments here, that's great as well. That's Trixie Licks, and they are giving away a free pattern every day, and they are, as far as I can work out, they are the paper patterns, not the PDFs. But it is UK only, is that one. So you just need to follow and tag their posts. So just a couple of offers that are up this week. Nuff Notions have got their Thomas Track pants for kids. That's just every Friday they have a feature Friday, and that's $5, and that is just for the day. It looks like it's just the trousers, but it does look like it's unisex, so for little girls and boys as well. And then Ellie and Max Wacky Wednesday have got a couple of patterns. I won't talk about them all, but they've got the Transformer jacket, which is the adults version and the children's version for $1. This is a great little pattern, and it's something that I bought on a farmer Wacky Wednesday. It's designed to be made in a knit fabric, but a stable knit fabric, and it transforms into a backpack. It's perfect, probably not for this time of year, probably spring and autumn. Did have it in one of my plans videos and never got round to it because I never had the suitable fabric for it. That's the Transformer jacket for $1, and then they have the Be Graceful dress. Another one that's designed for knits, and that it can be a maxi dress or a knee-length dress with a scoop neck and dolman sleeve and a couple of sleeve lengths as well. So Ellie and Mac are pretty good on the sizing. They go from size extra small to 6XL, which equates from a 29-inch bust to a 63-inch bust, so quite a wide size range there. That's it for freebies and giveaways and offers and competitions. So just one final thing in Parish Notes is a little podcast, and this is a non-sewing related podcast in general, but they are talking about fabric this week, and that is Something Rhymes with Purple. So Something Rhymes with Purple is Susie Dent and Giles Brandreth. Susie Dent regularly appears on Countdown and 5 out of 10 Cats as well, and Giles Brandreth is a regular guest there. And they have taken the little bit out of Countdown, which used to be called Dictionary Corner, where Susie looks at the origins of words, and made it into a podcast. And this week's podcast was all about the origins of words of different fabrics. So if that's the sort of thing that you're interested in, I can highly recommend it. Just one little thing. I was on Countdown about 20 years ago, so I'll just insert a photograph now of me with Richard Whiteley and Carol Vorderman, who were the presenters at the time. It's now Rachel Riley and Nick Hewer, I think. I haven't watched it for a long time. So this is nearly 20 years ago. So I thought you'd like to see that for a bit of fun. So yeah, there's some funny stories in it. There's a story about Frank Sinatra's trousers in there, and the origins of quite a few different fabrics and what have you. And they also did one called Testiculate, which was quite a while ago, and that covers fabrics and things like that. So it's full of little funny stories, but if you're interested in fabric and the origins of words and things like that, I thought that might be interesting for you to listen to. Right, that's it from me. I shall get on with some more frantic Christmas present making. Just a week to go. I won't be doing a Frugal Friday next Friday because it'll be Christmas Day, and I don't think anybody will be too interested in that. I might come back on New Year's Day and just do a roundup, depending on how many free pattern releases there have been in that fortnight, or I might do a roundup of highlights or things like that. Normally on New Year's Day I'll be recovering from a hangover, so I don't think I'll be going to any New Year's parties this year, so I think I'll be fine. So yeah, I'll be back on New Year's Day with another Frugal Friday. And I'll be back also on Sunday with another review video. Okay, that's it from me. I shall speak to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.